Brian, tonight we're going to get back to our roots, talking about things people actually care about, betting, DFS, not politics, not philosophical questions. I mean, this is what people came here for.
Yeah, no, all things I hate and everyone else loves.
We gotta, what do they call it in poker, right? You gotta balance your range.
That's right.
We gotta, if people just think this is, some, big idea show, then maybe they don't come for, Brian's sim results. And so we got to mix it in every now and again.
Yeah, you're a little bit lagging. I bet it's my connection. I'm going to switch it over to something else, but you keep talking while I do that.
All right. I can definitely vamp with the best of them here. Yeah, we're going to talk about we got the Waste Management Open. I am dipping my toes in the PGA DFS streets, although I'm already demoralized because I dusted off my old spreadsheet. I don't know, last time I played PGA, probably like the Masters or something, and got everything set up. Got Brian's ownership projections from his site. And then next thing you know, Webb Simpson is ruled out after I run all my stuff, create all my lineups, upload them to DraftKings. And I was like, you know what? I'm just doing a few 20 max. I'm not going to put a ton of effort into this. And then I go to my lineups page to see my exposures on DraftKings. And I see the out next to Webb Simpson, Brian. And I just face palmed. And now I have to start over.
I had to do the same thing. It's pretty annoying, but honestly, for careful what you wish for type of saying, with DFS golf, the information does not flow like it does with football, any of the main sports. And so you could have easily had, I don't know what his tee time was, but this happens in golf all the time. Somebody, you got a guy like 30% and he tees off and, 30 minutes after lock and he's like, oh, he's not going to play. But like everyone had to know that, but no one reported on it. Like it happens constantly. Or somebody will like miss the cut, and then his first statement is like, "Yeah, I had a bad wrist. Everyone knew. I was just testing it out." And it's like, isn't there any reporting? The PGA reporting is the nut low in all DFS.
Yeah, I mean, you think about, even NFL teams, there's smaller market teams where the beat reporting on them is pretty poor. Like the Cardinals come to mind. They're a team where there's, like one beat reporter and they're not doing that great of a job. Imagine having hundreds of these golfers and needing specific updates on their health, their status, whatever. It's not like we have a dedicated Webb Simpson, reporter following him around and giving us all of his updates.
I mean, you figure they should, though, right? Like how hard they do have dedicated beat reporters. Rob Bolton's one. I remember his name because he went to Northern, the same school I went to, Northern Illinois. But I mean, I don't know. There's only 150 guys each week. I mean, and only 50 of them really matter.
Yeah,
I think it's just the way it's set up. It's such like a player friendly league. They like own the league, it's the players league, that you do not, as a reporter, you do not burn any bridges or you're just gone. You know what I mean?
Because that news travels fast. Yeah.
I think it's more like the 50s where like everyone knows Mickey Mantle's an alcoholic, but just you don't say that shit. You know what I mean? Or like the 90s where it's like everyone's on roids in baseball, but no one's going to fucking say a goddamn thing about it. And then we'll write articles later on when everyone gets caught.
Right. Yeah. And the other thing I learned, I mean, I was listening to you did a podcast with Brian Jester. I believe he has a new podcast. I was firing that up, listening to the Drewby episode and your episode. And you were talking about, at the end of the day, it is helpful to have some knowledge of these players and whether that's NBA rotations, NFL backups. And that's how I felt today doing the golf stuff, where it's like when I'm setting my NFL lineups and I see a questionable tag, I can tell you what his practice reports were from the whole week. I know the nuance. I know what he's coming back from. Whereas here I'm looking at the thing and there's like a discrepancy with Harris English. And I'm like, some people have him projected, some people don't. And I'm Googling Harris English and it's like, he had a back injury, but it looks like he's going to play. And I can't even figure it out because I have no fucking clue who Harris English is or how I should handle it. And that's why I'm donating this week at the Waste Management Open, apparently.
How many did you do? 20?
Did I do what?
20 lineups?
Yeah,
20 lineups?
I'm doing all the like 20 max sets, so I think I'm gonna end up building like 60.
I think in all the sports, this is definitely the most point and click friendly.
Yeah,
Where you click 6 names around 50K, and you're not a huge dog. Honestly,
that's right.
I mean, unless you're going down to the 6,000 range, like I think the salaries in PGA DFS honestly can go down, like maybe even to like 3,000 or 4,000. Like some of these guys are just not playable at that range, and it should be pretty easy for them to determine that. Like it's definitely different in football. So whatever, Garoppolo gets ruled out. Okay, we can't have Trey Lance at 3,000. Like we got to at least keep him at 5,000 or something, because there's a chance Garoppolo's not going to play. But in golf, it's not like that. These like 150 ranked, not ranked, but the 150th, odds favorite, like he's not going to be mispriced. So like they should. I mean, I think they should lower that and get even more of a, like, make some of these lower owned guys play.
Yeah, and it's tough too, because like in NFL, we'll have guys who will be, 50, 60, 70%. I guess like some of these guys in super small field could get, high, but just looking at yours and Osimo's ownership projections, it's like I think John Rahm and Scotty Scheffler are the only two guys I'm even seeing over 20%.
And that's pretty common.
Brian?
And I'm pretty high on Rahm. The way I do it, he was really popping, and that's really high salary for golf. It's not a full field. It's not a full 156 this week. It's like whatever 128. So that's going to be a little higher. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe that'll be wrong. Maybe it'll be closer to. But really, that's all you're looking at in golf nowadays is like, do you want to be over 25 or do you want to be slightly under 25? I don't really love the whole. Even though I am actually doing this trade this week with Berger, but that's because of injuries. I don't really love the full, like a full fade, like if a guy's 20%. Like I still think you could even play 7% of them in golf.
As opposed,
I'm not telling anyone if they're hand building, whatever, do whatever you want. But I'm saying like a full 150. But Berger's got some back issue, so I'm just not even gonna play him. It's not worth it for me. Which means he's probably gonna win by 6 strokes.
Right. It's far less binary than, NFL or NBA, where it's like, oh, they're questionable, but if they play, like they're getting their touches, where it's like, okay, not only is he questionable, but then we have to hope he's in good form and like also just going to produce. Like you're having to almost hit a 2-leg parlay with that kind of pick.
And also in football, or most of the other ones, NBA, I mean, you'll get guys 60% owned or whatever. Like there's so many combinations that if you come in at 7%, like I was just using that example, like you might as well just go 0. Like how many combos you're gonna have? You're gonna have 8 combos, 9 combos against the field, of this week in golf. That would be like 30,000 combos or 27,000 combos of a player if they were 60% owned. So it makes a lot more sense in golf to kind of just play around the edges a little bit more.
Yeah. Is there anyone, do guys get steamed in golf? Are there any content sites that can move the needle on ownership where it's like, obviously I'm okay playing this guy at 10%, but if, Mr. whoever throws their weight around and they're 20%, I need to make sure I'm off of that kind of thing?
I don't think so, because I kind of feel like everyone uses ownership now to like fade, so it kind of balances out. Like I mean, what player is going there going like, oh, this guy's going to be 10% higher owned now today, I want more of him, right? They think the opposite usually.
Yeah.
I mean, the numbers do change on the other sites. They updated them. They update them, whatever, a couple times. But come like Thursday morning, there's not much of a change.
Yeah.
I don't know if somebody, the players can get, like individual players though, just industry chatter can get steamed up a little bit.
Yeah. Because I'm guessing part of the appeal for people too with PGA DFS, with there being so many guys, is that you can have your guys, right? You can fall in love with different guys, whether it's because of course fit or you just like, the form that they're in, where it feels like you're kind of little diamond in the rough. Whereas like the best plays on the NFL slate, everyone fucking knows about it. There's no secrets.
Yeah, but the edges are a lot smaller because
Yeah.
there's no backups getting starts. The course history is kind of built into the odds already.
Right.
Because you'll see guys like, I don't know, Ryan Palmer the last couple of weeks. I need to look at the field a little closer today, but well, this is Arizona, so it's always like Phil Mickelson, John Rahm, those Arizona guys get steamed up. Like players play better at certain courses, and so, but it's usually in the odds, and then it's usually in the ownership too. Like so, the odds are higher than they normally would be for that player, and then they're a little higher owned. It's a pretty sharp field. I was listening to Blender's Pod this week. I don't know if you listened to that one with he and Neil on again. I guess Neil's his new co-host. He kicked them four off.
Yeah, I guess so. But I'm for grinding over on Spike Week. I haven't listened to this week's yet.
And Neil's been playing PGA, and he says that he just like takes Osimo's info and kind of adjusts it a little bit and chips it in.
The
and
RBX 88 method. Yeah.
That's kind of the thing that Osmo did to the whole league, is like they raised to the whole DFS industry, kind of like raised the floor on a lot of these smaller side sports. Because PGA was great because no one had any projections on it, and everyone, like a lot of people played it, and a lot of noobs played it, like just people who just like gambling on golf but don't really play any other DFS. But now it's kind of because there was 50% ownerships. I've seen it. Dustin Johnson, it's been a while. Like 4 years ago, he was like 55% owned, which is crazy in golf. And I full faded him, and he won by 12 strokes. So,
my guess, and tell me if I'm wrong, because I know you love golf, and I know you love playing DFS golf. But if you didn't have that love and enjoyment of it, would you not play as much just because you don't think there's as much of an edge in it?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, there'll come a time, probably. I just I have a whole new system this year, so I'm trying it out. But like, I don't know, I sent you my exposures and stuff, and it's not like it's finding a lot of edge,
Yeah.
It's not like, ooh, this guy's should be triple owned to what he is, So, but once that happens, I don't know. You know what I will do? I will probably always, not always, but for a while, I'll always throw some. Even if I'm done playing DFS, I'll probably throw some PGA in there and MMA, especially if I'm going to watch.
I mean, I could be wrong, but don't you think there's still way more of an edge in MMA than PGA?
Definitely. I think there's definitely bigger edge in MMA. The edge in PGA right now is just like very small, but the large field gets a ton of just casual players compared to the other sports. There's a lot of just people, like if you go to a golf course, I guarantee that some of those old geezers are throwing in PGA lineups, throwing in one or two.
Right. Brian, is your fire alarm beeping?
Yeah, it is. I got to change the battery. I don't have a, you can hear that. I don't have a ladder.
Oh, wow.
It's so high, I can't reach it.
Yeah. It was funny. Well, sometimes that happens to ours, and I was like, shit, I think ours are all right now. I was like,
that's mine. Yeah. Everyone's like listening, and they're at home. Like, oh my God, I got to change.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. It's like
me.
Goodness. Yeah. It's like when you're watching TV and or listening to a song and they have like the siren or whatever, and you get all freaked out.
The song's the worst.
Do you like it? I assume like looking at product ownership for PGA lineups is still probably the way to go to. I mean, I know dupes aren't quite as much of a concern, but just making sure that you're building solid lineups. I'm guessing what do you think like casuals, the like shitter on the shitter builders, are they going studs and duds or are they going pretty like smooth across the board, do you think?
That's a good question. Let's take a look at last week really quick. So for the a guy, a lot of 150s did well last week. I didn't play because I was in Florida, but so the top dupe lineup had 119 dupes.
Wow, that's a lot, right? For PGA?
And it's not just one guy either. It's a whole bunch of names. And then after that, it was 80, which is also and 40, 80, 45. Yeah. So not nothing.
Can you
And you know what
can you
that's
see
you know
what
what that's a product of? It's a product of the same thing with all all these projection sites getting better and people just pumping the same shit, no optimizers. So if you can
yeah.
avoid that, that's another point maybe you can gain.
Yeah, just having even slightly different projections. Just because
Yeah.
everyone is going to be working off the same ones.
Yeah. If you get all ones, that's a little bit of help. Man, a lot of people didn't play last week.
What was
Take a look at
was it?
Mark Lovin. See how many dupes he. See, yeah, Mark Lovin, his top lineup had 23 dupes.
Wow. Wow. I'm gonna have to be careful with my dupes.
Yeah. When was the last time I played? Maybe I'll see how. I mean, because I didn't know it was getting that bad. See, this is good. Good study here.
That's right. That's what we do here. Deep PGA research.
So the last one I played in, oh shit, the one shit my money one.
Oh,
Adam,
that was yeah.
where I declared there is no edge in PGA DFS anymore. The highest was 68 dupes that week, 69, but really it was more like 25. That's closer to what I would expect. 120 is
Okay.
pretty high for golf. Let's see how many dupes Adam had. See, he was almost entirely not duped.
Okay.
And that, how many golfers played last week? I think it was a full field too.
Do not ask me how many golfers
there might
played
be
last
even
week.
more this week.
And what our first major is what I'm looking at the calendar, the Players Championship, March 10th through 13th. Is that the first one of the season?
You know what? I know.
Players is a major, right?
Are they back on schedule too? Because remember they kind of had to switch it all up because of COVID.
Yeah, it looks like Masters is in PGA Championship is May 19th. And the Masters is April 7th through 10th. So it looks like they're back on their normal schedule.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll get tuned up, dusting off the spreadsheet here. Why don't we do a little touting here? You mentioned Rahm going to be the most popular play, and it sounds like you think he's a little hard to get away from.
Yeah, I'm playing him. I'm a little higher on the ownership than Alex is, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm not editing anything, so that's what that's what my stuff tells me. And then even simming it out, I'm still even slightly over that.
Yeah. Where who are we missing from this field? Are there I'm trying to think of who are some of the other heavy hitters. Is this a tournament that most of the top guys generally play?
There's a lot of guys who play this, yeah. I mean, Xander's in there. Where's the world rank? I mean, we have 1, 2, 3. We're missing the 4th rank player. Is that Dustin Johnson? Probably he's not in there.
Yeah,
missing the 7th rank. Is this week? Oh wait, that's starting.
Well, the other,
that's right.
I mean, even looking at, the thing with John Rahm, looking at Osimo's win percentage, 11.3% for Rahm. Next closest is Cantlay at 6.2. And then kind of more of a flat line after that. But that's a huge gap in win percentage from first to second.
He's that good. He's putting up like Tiger prime type numbers right now. He's still,
Yeah.
I mean, he's so good, but he's also got like a Tiger type price. Yeah, Rory Morgan, that's right. Morikawa, that's another one. Tiger Woods. Yeah, Tiger Woods isn't playing.
There you go. Everyone started to tilt your chirping go fun bridal ladder.
Here, well, let me shut this. Let me shut this door. That's my out.
Beware, poker players, loose women, chirping fire alarms.
All right.
So who else after Rahm looks interesting to you?
So do you want to bring up my sheet I sent you?
Yeah, you don't mind if I pull it up?
Yeah, good.
All right. Let's
So this is after Webb, and I'm full fading Berger. So the guys I'm most overweight on are Koepka, Cantlay, and Schauffele.
Let me try to get this. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Oops. There, get the zoom.
There you go.
There we go. Now we can see what we're looking at here. So if you're listening to the audio version of this right now, we are screen share. I mean, Brian is giving the goods right now. We have his ownership projections, the exposure. I assume this is what your sim spit out.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And then obviously the difference here between those. So Berger definitely looks like one of the landmines. You're rolling with 0% there.
I'm rolling with 0%. Not gonna play games with him in his back.
Yeah,
I don't know. Golf's too crazy. Too variant. Anyways, or what's the word I'm looking for? Volatile.
Yeah.
Like, why mess around with a guy who said he's not even going to play next week, and this is just testing out his back. We don't really get information like that very much in PGA, so I'm just going to use it and gamble and X amount.
So you're bullying your sims there a bit, right? Because if you didn't intervene at all, you would get some Berger.
No. I played it. I ran it out like he was playing, and then X'd him out for myself.
Oh, gotcha. From all of all the lineups that it spit out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so then this is a reflection of your like 150 set or whatever.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. That's the exposure in my 150.
Gotcha. Do you know how much Berger you got before you cut him out?
Yeah. 20%.
Okay. Yeah. That was like when I went to look at my exposures and I saw I had 20% Webb Simpson with the out next to his name. Did you notice, because you ran this before and after, did you notice any big shifts because of the Webb Simpson stuff?
Yeah, Koepka and Schauffele went way up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that must be where it thinks you should pivot. Because I had like 14% Webb before he got ruled out.
Gotcha. Did anything else surprise you in here?
I don't know. Under on Thomas. I mean, this is pure tout stuff, but like I saw he's had like a hot putter at this course for like 2-3 years running. So hopefully that cools off a little bit. Although I still, like I said, I don't really full fade guys.
Right. It looks like the guy you have the most of still kind of relative to his higher ownership would be Scheffler. 22% ownership, and you're at 17%.
Yeah, I guess that's the most. I'm fading him a little bit there, 5%.
5%, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why are people out on Kepka, do you think? Why is he sub 10%?
I don't know. Maybe I mean he's damn good.
Well,
Maybe
do you
I'm
think
wrong.
it's just
How far off is that compared to everyone else? Do you know?
let me see what Osimo. No, Osimo had Kepka at 7%. Or no, he had him even less than you. He had him at 4%,
Oh,
four
you
and a
said
half.
Kepka. I thought you said Cantlay.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Kepka. Yeah.
Well, Kepka, if he's not in the major, it's kind of the line on him is if he's not in the major, he doesn't try. Obviously that's probably not true, but he does seem to stink it up, when he's not in majors. But he won this event last year, I believe.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it. I did not fact check that. Have you ever been to the Waste Management Open? I hear it's quite the time.
I haven't. Have you?
No, I've heard the stories. It's kind of known, right, to be kind of the premier PGA party event.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll like what the ASU guy kids go over there and stuff. Boo
Yeah.
the players.
And I think there is it the 16th hole is the iconic hole, but now it's massive lines. Like you have to get there super early just to even get a spot.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet. That's a party school. I wonder if it's still a party school.
ASU?
It's got to be, right?
I think it is. Yeah.
Because Southern
mean,
Illinois here used to be a party school, and I guess they cracked down on it quite a bit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I assume the college experience is when you factor in, we got rid of a ton of the hazing stuff, then you throw in, COVID and all that. Like I assume it's a pretty watered down experience, I bet now.
I think younger guys don't drink as much. I think that was kind of like
It's just
an our generation thing.
They're working on their Sims.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're working on their anime fucking drawings.
Rick is confirming though that it is still a party school.
Yeah. You'd figure ASU would hold strong. Weather looked good. I didn't see anything wrong with the weather.
There you go. Should we do an old Lowell's tradition where we build a millionaire lineup?
Sure.
What was our bid around this when we used to build? We would just basically build lineups that the chat absolutely hated because we were just picking, like,
those lineups were so bad.
Should we try to build a good one?
All right, let's try to build a good one.
Oh, and they don't have a Millie Maker, but they have, what do we have?
It's
we have a $20.
It's a lot.
200,000. Yeah.
What do you want to do? The $20 one?
Yeah.
Oh, it might be full.
No. It's close. Looks like 3,000 spots left.
Oh, okay.
Let's hear it.
Hovland's ownership. What did I have that at? I had it at 18.7.
18.7. All right. So are we just starting with Jon Rahm?
And we're building a good lineup, right? Let's start with Rahm. We can always pivot later.
Okay.
You're joking about Hovland's ownership. I don't get it. Oh, you don't like it? You think it's too high? Too low? One or two?
Let's see here.
Who do you like next?
A guy that looked good to me before was Abraham Answer. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. I'm over on him too, aren't I?
Willis, we're begging you.
Yeah.
Please don't dupe us, bro.
So that was a big change for when Webb Simpson got kicked out for me. Answer, I was well over on Answer.
And that changed after
it changed, Webb? Yeah, it went back to about even. So,
okay.
So I still like it. That's good.
All right. I did Answer. It's back to your court here. Who do you like?
All right. This is usually where I pick the worst possible player that everyone hates. Oh my God, that's one everyone would hate. or one I would hate, Ricky Fowler. Don't take him. He's
Oh
dust
God.
right now.
Has anyone ever liked Ricky Fowler? I feel like I just always hear people talking disparagingly about him.
I mean, Aaron Wise is the chalk pick.
We're not doing chalk around here.
What about Corey Connors?
Okay. Corey Connors, 8,300.
Mm-hmm.
So the real question is, are we going to be able to find some of these value guys that we like? I mean, I'm kind of now getting excited about seeing if we can fit Kepka into this. You think we can make it work?
Yeah, he's pretty expensive.
That's probably going to be a no-no.
Yeah. And this is why Aaron Weiss's ownership's so high, because you got to fit somebody in to get Rom in there.
What about Hadwin? Looks like you're slightly over on him, 6,900.
Hadwin is. I don't really like Hadwin. Like, if I have to physically press the button, it's different than just entering what the sim says. Like, I like Todd better there. Oh, the fake Australian Ches Reavy.
Who's that?
Ches Reavy.
Oh, let's see if we need. So that if we go 6,800, that's 7,700 for our last two. Luke
List.
List.
Put in Brooks and then see how much we got left.
Ooh, baby. A 6K.
Ooh, no. I think the 6,000 guys are just trash.
I mean, these are guys: Kelly Craft, Ben Silverman, Craig Hocknell. I mean, that's bad. I don't know if we can do it.
It's really bad. We can't do that. I mean, I would take probably Sung Kang if I had to pick out of there. I mean, Haggy and Tway can go -7 for a round and then miss the cut. Like, it's all trash. McGirt? McGirt's the guy who can't chip anymore. He got the what's the thing Tin Cup got? Remember the movie Tin Cup?
Tennis elbow?
No, where he couldn't. He just he can't chip anymore. Somebody in chat will know what the hell I'm talking about. He just would skull it every time.
Oh, you're just saying the yips.
Thank you, Ken.
I thought you meant like an actual physical condition.
Well, who knows? All right. So we could dump Connors and then go.
We still need.
Oh, you know who I like?
Another 68. Guy? Yeah.
I like Thigala.
Who's that?
I promised myself I'd take more of them. Thigala, Theegala.
Okay. All right, I'm down. What do we know about Thigala?
He's just a young up and coming guy. Go to his game log really quick.
Couple of nice scores in there.
Yeah.
All right.
He had a May cut, did not finish last week. Yeah. He's like 12 years old.
Hey, God, now I got to see a photo of this guy.
He's
not
what
we're
12.
working with here. He does look young.
Yeah, he is young. What's his age?
Here he is. I'll look up his age here in a sec. This is our new hero who's going to take us to the promised land.
24, huh?
24.
Yeah.
December 4th, 1997. I am 10 years older than this guy who's going to win us $200,000.
I'd take it.
All right, let me go. So now this will give us, if we go with him, 7,600 for our last remaining spot. $7,600. We're 100 off from Luke List.
Can you scroll down there really quick? Actually,
yeah.
I have
Max Homa.
God, internet sensation, Max Homa. Oh, and our boy Ricky Fowler. The chalk play right there is Luke List. Even though we can't afford him.
I know.
Everyone takes Killer Keith too. Siwoo Kim is a really good he can miss the cut by 10 strokes or be in contention.
That's so. What you're saying is he's a GPP play.
He's a
You prefer him
GPP
in
play.
GPP.
Oh, Max Homa. You know how I make these.
Willis
Okay,
wants us
Willis.
to pull the
Yeah,
trigger on.
Willis is trying to dupe our lineup. That's why.
There's a groundswell of support for Siwoo Kim right now.
Really?
I think
I don't know how we say no.
I like this lineup. I know
we
jack
could change
shit,
Ches
but I
Reavie
like
too,
it.
the fake Australian.
To get up to a 6,900?
Yeah. Oh, your boy Hadwin.
Ugh. Oh, I love Hadwin.
You know Hadwin's Canadian, right?
Of course, that's why I love him so much. What did you say about Hadwin? What was your?
He's just not very good. He does have some tournaments he does all right at. I mean, I think Todd is kind of the obvious play there. Let me look at my stuff really quick.
I mean, we're at the point where we would never forgive ourselves if Ches Reavie took this tournament down and we pulled him out.
Ches Reavie?
I mean, I think this is what Brian, this is what we're doing. Actually, are you maxing this?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say you put in one version with another 6,800 guy and I do a version with 6,900, but you can save your bullets for
Okay.
So
do we have to do Ches at this point?
No, we can make a decision, but just know that the impending video clip will haunt us for the rest of our lives.
Zach Johnson, no. I mean,
Christian Kirk.
I don't hate this range actually.
Okay, all right, we're coming around. Is
Charlie
our Laird
Hoffman
and Savior
and Michael Thompson?
I remember Stuart Sink. He's got to be ancient.
He's like 800, I think. I don't know. Now you're making me get FOMO.
Willis is going to play the Ches version if we don't.
And just take all the money?
That's right. Willis, do you want to play the Ches version and we'll chop and we'll play our version? Who's it going to be, Brian?
You know how I solve these things.
Uh-oh, here we go. Random.org, the official sponsor of the show.
Okay, so the first one is Hadwin. I'm going to throw Kirk in there, Todd, or Chiz. Right? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You got to go screen share for this. People need
not that exciting.
No, they need it because they might think that you're just pulling a fast one and picking the guy you actually really want.
Okay. I got to make sure I don't bring up my my text messages of my buddies sending me pictures of these female Olympic athletes.
Is that what your text messages look like?
That's how they're betting.
Based on the most attractive.
Mm-hmm. And it's actually been working pretty well.
This is the real thing, TJ. You know, what Brian and I do is, you know, we have our lineup and then at the last minute we go and swap one out because we know you guys are all duping the shit out of us. Brian running the Sims.
Ches Reavie? Is that working?
Here we go. Here we go, baby.
Okay, so we're just doing one, right?
It's just one.
Just one run. One run. Okay, 3. Who was the third one?
You didn't write this down ahead of time?
No, I know who it was. I know who it was. Okay. Bring up this. It was Hadwin, Kirk, Todd it is. There he is. Wow, this lineup's gonna win 200,000. Who knew?
Brendan, Todd, guys, I'm pressing enter and I'm absolutely begging you not to dupe us. Please don't dupe us. All right, I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited to be in these the golf streets. Plenty of action coming up this weekend because we also have obviously the fucking Super Bowl, but pretty decent MMA card on Saturday as well.
Oh yeah, we're back on MMA. Who's fighting? I haven't even looked at the.
It's Adesanya versus Whitaker, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah. So then that means that Strickland. Did you watch last weekend?
I didn't.
I guess Strickland's probably up next. Maybe whoever wins this. Although
Okay.
his fight was pretty boring. But I imagine he's got a chance of taking the winner of this match.
Yeah.
Derek Lewis is back. That guy fights like every 4 weeks. He's minus 190 favorite, huh?
Yeah. Look at this. Connor has a cross sport parlay for us. Rams -4 with Cantlay plus 1,600 for all the monies. There you go.
Wow.
Now we're talking.
Connor's coming in hot this
He
show.
is.
A lot of takes.
A lot of takes.
Let me see some guaranteed winners of this MMA slate here.
Yeah, the gold pipe lead locks.
Yeah, the best way to do it is you look for a name that is like as close to like Nurmagomedov as possible, and then just bet them blindly. They almost always win.
There you go. You heard it here first. When are you launching your MMA tout service?
I am the #1 MMA tout on the planet, so I probably should do that.
How are the prize pools looking for this one? Okay.
It's 100, I'm sure, right?
150 up top.
Oh, wow.
For the
is this pay-per-view?
That's a good question. I assume so.
Yes, it is.
I might just have to run back my my single bullet hand build style. I mean, that's clearly what was working for me on the last big card.
Derek Brunson plus 135, kind of like that.
There's a dude whose name is Blood Diamond, says 20 Rick, fighting this Saturday, but he's a massive dog. I mean, how does a guy named Blood Diamond end up as a massive dog?
God, I feel like I should put a little money on him. Casey O'Neill, she's playing Roxanne, and Roxanne Modafferi, her record is 25-20. That's a lot of beatings to take.
It is. Brian, have you made any Super Bowl bets yet?
So this guy's nickname isn't Blood Diamond. His real name is Blood Diamond.
I don't see a last name. Oh, wait. His last name is Diamond.
Fight Center.
Wait, now I have to look at this.
I can't get a wait, here's his profile.
All right, his name is literally Blood Diamond on DraftKings.
From New Zealand.
Okay. Holy
shit.
His
real name is Blood Diamond.
His real name is Blood Diamond.
I think I love this guy.
He's named
plus 200? He's got a chance.
Blood Diamonds. Oh my, this guy looks awesome.
If you Google his name, he looks exactly like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Everything.
Oh, that's his real name's Mike Mathatha.
Houston, two men who toe the line of everything. In the
what do you mean his real name?
I don't know.
I mean, I just saw it on
DraftKings.com says his name's Mike Mathatha, something like that. Mathitha.
I mean, if I just kind of want him to be
Blood Diamond.
Yeah, I mean, if DraftKings is going to put him as Blood Diamond, if ESPN is going to call him Blood Diamond in their title, I mean, he's Blood Diamond.
I wonder if he changed his legally changed his name. He definitely looks like he could beat the shit out of people.
Oh wow, doing the tug. This is a big boy right here. This is a real.
Are you? Because I'm looking at Derek Lewis on your screen.
Oh, this is Derek Lewis.
That was Derek. The knockout guy was definitely Derek Lewis.
Why are they showing me a video of not Blood Diamond
that's that
on the
guy.
Blood Diamond article?
That's Blood Diamond right there.
God, ESPN rugging me again.
I remember some times in this guy's history.
I need Blood Diamond highlights. I mean, that's a badass photo right there. Got the blue hair. All right.
Blood Diamond.
If you're not overweight on Blood Diamond in your MMA contest this week, you're playing DFS wrong.
Ugh.
What about the Super Bowl, Brian? Have you made any Super Bowl bets here?
No, but I think I'm going with the Rams. Just for funsies, obviously.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I'm kind of with you. I think the Bengals story is pretty fun, but I feel like they've flown a little close to the sun, with how much we saw the Titans pass rush just like completely swarm their offensive line. I do worry that the Rams could just have a nice day getting a ton of pressure. I kind of hope I'm wrong and that it kind of turns into a back and forth, shootout game, of course, but I'm with you on the Rams side.
If Tannehill doesn't just have one of the worst games, they pretty easily beat them, right?
I think
yeah.
so.
Oh yeah, I bet the Bengals that game, and I was like, they should be down by 20. I'm getting so lucky here. The under.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I like the under. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. The under and the Rams.
Rams in the under. Nice little. Those are my favorite. Like when I'm with my buddies and we're doing our group bets, just like the in-game parlay of you take one side of the spread and one side of the over/under. It's such like a clean, realistic sweat, and I feel like you two can generally correlate them. Like we did Niners in the under because it's like if the Niners win or cover, like they're going to get their way in a super low scoring game anyways. So yeah, I love those kind of bets.
Usually the fun ones are the over. Until the game's like 14-7 in the fourth and everyone's all bummed.
I think over when I first started doing this trip with my buddies, like out of college, I had a hard time convincing them to bet, unders in spots. But then I think I was able to kind of convince the group that there's this other kind of satisfaction to rooting for unders, and everyone's yelling tick, 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 tick at like the clock. Just wanting to get at. It's like, if you have money on it, you could like flip it and anything could become exactly what you want. Yeah.
It's fun. That is probably the best part about betting is for me is when you do a group bet with your buddies watching the game. Like everyone's on the same side. You can't have that one guy who's rooting against it. He's got to go. Everyone's got to be on the same side, and it's fun. It's worth the 5% fig or whatever.
Oh, it is the best. The group bets with your buddies is a great experience. What was I gonna say?
Something about Blood Diamond.
Something about Blood Diamond. I was going to say the under on specific player props is like not near as fun, especially if it's a really, small line. Like say it's some like random wide receiver, like to be under 18 yards receiving. And it's just like, you get lulled into this false sense of like, we're doing good. And it's just one catch and you're done. Like those are more like, I just want to bet that as part of my portfolio. Forget I even bet it. Like the group sweat is not betting an under on, Van Jefferson going under 18 yards. That's miserable.
Yeah, because you need the over because then, the Chiefs get the ball and you're like, everyone's like, Tyreek, it's got to go to Tyreek every single play. It's like, that's not realistic, but everyone, you gotta root for it every single time. My buddy likes the Akers under.
I bet that. And it's funny you say that because 20 Rick wants some underdog props. We can, of course, I will always stand for underdog. I actually bet they have the mine is gone because I already bet it. But you can get, let me see here in my live pick. You can get the Joe Burrow over 1 pass yard. It's a gimme line that they're giving to everyone for the Super Bowl. And I used mine with Cam Akers under 64.5 rush yards. What did your buddy like it at? Did he
I think he got it at like 68.
Okay, that's nice.
Let me see.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Rick, I'm just kind of, I think there's enough going on with Akers that I think you have multiple outs to him not getting there. It's like, one, maybe he's not fully recovered from his shoulder or there's some lingering stuff. He left the game with that. 2, Darrell Henderson, I think, is going to be active for this game. So maybe we're in kind of more of a quasi 3-way committee, stealing a little bit of touches. And 3, I also think if they get down, there's kind of game script stuff where they won't be running the ball as much. They'll run a bunch of empty with Stafford. So I feel like there's multiple paths to Cam Akers failing here that I feel pretty comfortable with the Akers unders.
That's a great picture of Joe Burrow there.
It is.
The ETR boys don't like your bet, though.
Well, those guys are hacks and donkeys and can suck it. What do they have the projection at? What is Leon?
Pretty high. 75.6. That's an easy over.
Wow. There you go. You're gonna have to decide choose your fighter. PD, I know better, or Michael Spreadsheet Virgin Leone.
Why don't we do another PD knows better or the ETR guys? Why don't you pick one you like here?
Okay. Let's see. Let's take a look at some of these. Well, if I want to kind of correlate my thesis, I'm more interested in Sony Michel anytime touchdown score, because even when Cam Akers has been healthy, they've been kind of splitting a lot of the goal line work. But we'll do a PD I know better, Sony Michel over 19.5.
They agree. They agree with you.
Wow. So they just think the Rams are going to run all day.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a combined like 15 yards more than the total, but yeah.
All right, there you go. So maybe you take your Sony Michel here.
See, that's one there where I think that's kind of an obvious just general prop betting strategy. You could have like 2+ EV plays and just pick one of them because they're not correlated, right? Like, I don't know, two big men on the NBA team rebounds. Like, they could both be plus EV bets on the over, but probably just pick one, and two rushing attempts on the same team. ETR thinks they're going to get more carries than underdog does. You could just pick one. You don't have to do them both,
Yeah. It is, there are those two schools of thought too, where, do you just, if you're really hunting for the lines, line shopping, you're going to just make every plus EV bet where you see it. But it's also very fun for your Super Bowl card. It also could be awful, but to like really correlate your stuff, like whatever your thesis is for the game, and bet accordingly. So it's like you're either getting wiped out or you're basically just hitting everything. If you think it's going to be a passing bonanza, you can kind of make all of your bets accordingly.
And if you're just having a fun Super Bowl, don't listen to me. Just go bet whatever the hell you want and have fun. I'm just saying something to keep in mind. So like my app that I sent you some picks with, like it'll show like a ton of bets, but like you don't have to bet all of them. So like you can upload ETR or Osmo or Roto Grinders or my stuff, and it'll give you a side. Like it'll give you a side to pick. So like this is a screenshot of my stuff earlier today. So mine will have less because I put I make it so it's only 5% or higher ROI.
Yeah,
because like anything under that's like it could just be, it's not enough. Honestly, I would probably go like 10%. But this is rebound, so this is a good example of like, I don't know, Jared Allen, and is there another big man on the same team there? I don't think so. Back when they had Drummond, though, Jared Allen, Drummond, like if they were both over both of them were green here, like you could just pick one of them. Like you don't got to force every single green thing in if you're doing that. But like, I feel like this makes it much easier to just kind of see, like you can discard all these other ones, anything not highlighted or red. It's just like, you don't even have to waste your time to even think about it for 2 seconds.
Right.
And you could upload ETR or Osmo, and then it'll show you whether they're over or under on each side. And I added this new little feature down here, actually in the bottom left corner, but I haven't released it yet because I think I found a bug, even though the guys are telling me there isn't a bug there. I see one where it kind of prices it for you. So like when you take Osmo's, like, okay, so Sony Michel, like how many yards above 64 plus the VIG does he need to be for that to be a plus EV, right?
Right. Yeah.
And the way I do it is through a simulation. And I think that's how most people do it. But that takes a while, right?
Right. Yeah.
So there's kind of like I kind of made this like bare minimum number, just like a little algorithm that does it quickly. So it's not a full simulation, but like you can just upload whatever your own projections or whoever's projections, and then toggle that quick price on, and it'll tell you like which ones are like, at least look at these ones, just disregard all these. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, and that's why I like obviously pulling up my guys over here at Run the Sims, but their player props tool here, you can type in the specific line. You can type in, the overjuice and the underjuice too, and you kind of see the range of outcomes and the distributions here. It looks like RTS is on PD props is I know better side here. Cam Akers with a lower, median Russian. But this is also one of the things too, like obviously these projections are going to be very fragile relative to the inputs. And there's a lot of moving parts in the Rams backfield right now. So you're having to do some guesswork on what kind of market share of rushing Cam Akers is going to get in this game. And that's why you're going to see ETR and Run the Sims have a 25-yard, median, disparity in their projection.
Yeah, exactly. But like the things that aren't like subjective is the overprice and the underprice. He's calling it juice.
Yeah.
The overjuice,
Right.
the underjuice, and the line. And there kind of is like, yeah. So if you change that, you'd have to change the over probably to make it so it doesn't break. No,
Yeah.
that actually didn't break it either. Like, I don't know, plus 200 or something like that, I guess
Yeah.
you would do there. But yeah, it doesn't like either of them, obviously. Like minus 300 on there, like you'd have to move him to like 50 or.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, even at minus at 200, it doesn't mind it at all. Which is interesting. I should also mention why I'm here. Run the Sims is completely free for the Super Bowl, and that includes the simulations for the showdown slate. Actually, a little upset about that. Now everyone can get in there and use the Sims for the Super Bowl for free. But if you guys haven't checked it out, mess around with the player prop tool. Get in the DIY simulator as well. And the fun thing about that, I was just talking about the inputs. I mean, you can go in here and knock yourself out with your I know better on these inputs. So it looks like right now we have a default, 59% market share for Akers, 30% for Michelle, and we still have Henderson at 0% just because he hasn't officially been activated yet. But if you think it's going to be a 50-50 split, you can go in and change those rushing market shares and then run the Sims accordingly, which is a pretty fun exercise.
Is there like a solid chance he's going to play?
That's what McVay's been saying. I guess he's been close to being activated for a while, and the team's basically been saying they expect him to be activated.
Wow. Well, Silva doesn't have him in, so maybe he needs to check his contacts.
Wow. Yeah. If he
maybe you're right.
Maybe we are right. Yeah. I mean, this is what I was saying too. It's like we haven't had, at least I can't remember in recent memory, Super Bowls where there's been a lot of uncertainty heading into inactives. And I feel like we have some interesting ones. Higbee sounds, on the wrong side of questionable. We've got Uzoma, who's been working back from injury. We have all the stuff with Henderson. Like, it would make it very fun for Showdown if we get like a late breaking inactive that hasn't been baked into everyone's projections all week.
That would change things up a little bit. I mean, it's the Super Bowl.
It's just like it's just so solidified. And I mean, I've never, I think last year I was at my computer for the Super Bowl, but like otherwise I'm generally not at my computer. I'm sure there's people who will literally toss in 150 lineups and then head to a Super Bowl party.
I mean, that's what I'm going to do. Like but it's Showdown. So like once it's, I mean, I guess are inactives coming out an hour before game time still?
I assume it's 90 minutes, the usual.
Wow.
Yeah. Huh. Unless it would. Yeah. I'm curious about that.
We were thinking of ice fishing before the game.
Really? That's hilarious. What are you
men.
doing for the Super Bowl? You having people over?
That's serious. Like, we'll ice fish right before the game, then come inside and watch the game.
There you go.
Me and my
Sounds like
brother,
a nice
couple
time.
buddies. I think that's what we're gonna do.
Well,
Super Bowl's lame. Everyone has to work the next day.
yeah. I just I hope we're pleasantly surprised when we get a fun game. Like last year's game was such a buzzkill. Like we were all hoping for a Chiefs-Bucks shootout set up to be super fun. And then it's just like the Chiefs offensive line didn't show up. Mahomes was under pressure the whole game, and there was just no intrigue to it at all.
The Super Bowl commercials have gotten pretty bad, right? Am I the only one? I thought the last few years it's like not even worth.
It used to be like
Budgels.
that was the thing, right? Right. Or people would be like, everyone be quiet. We got to watch the Super Bowl commercials. And now it's like, I have zero FOMO if I miss a single commercial.
Yeah. They're like look like they spend a lot of money on them. They're just not funny.
No. Nope. All right. We're going to power this down. I got to hop over to ship chasing. We are going to draft an early best ball team over on the FFPC. If you guys want to join us for that at 9:15, looks like there's 2 more spots left in that draft. Brian, any other final words here?
PGA ownership up on my site. Oh, brick75.com, but it's not updated for Web Simpson. So keep that in mind. If anyone wants to use it. That app we just showed is also there. If anyone's interested, someone asked like what sports books it's on. It's just on DraftKings right now. I might add more, but I'm really thinking like Underdog, something on Underdog maybe, but I still have to talk to them, see if I can like get some developer portal or something. I did a podcast, Pete mentioned this earlier, with Brian Jester. It's on my Twitter feed or Jester's. People seem to enjoy it if you want to listen to that. And we'll put that up here in 20 minutes, half an hour or something.
Sounds good, guys. Yeah, definitely check out Brian's site, brick75.com, all of that good stuff. And yeah, we'll be back next Wednesday. Enjoy the Super Bowl, guys.